Hey there guys, and welcome back to Banished. It's early spring of year 6. We've just finished the marketplace and are now looking at getting a second pasture set up to expand the sheep production, because I've realised quite how worth it is trying to get mutton. Unfortunately, logs is a real bottleneck once again. After beginning of year 5 it was fine, and now it's the one thing we're running out of. I've earmarked this forest down here for, well, deforestation, but I only have the one builder doing it. Everyone else is busy, and that's as a result of getting the school up and running in year 4. So, realistically, I feel like some of the students have been in school for a lengthy time now and are probably going to be coming out in the next month or two. Hopefully by summer we should have a new labourer or two coming in. That would be the goal. The other thing we want to get done soon, although it possibly won't happen this year, is finish the bridge so we can get another gatherer's hut out here, as the gatherer's hut has proved awfully efficient at, well, gathering a lot of food. I mean, it's getting like 2,000 food a year, which I think is probably better than the crop fields, getting 500. And better than the fishing docks getting 1,000. Now, the fishing dock is getting 1,300 from 4 fishermen. The crop field is getting 500 from 1 farmer. The gatherer's hut is getting 2,000 from 4 gatherers. So the gatherer's hut is the most effective. Although then again, the pasture's getting almost 1,000 mutton from 1 herdsman. So arguably, the pasture is the most efficient in terms of labour work, but it's also very space inefficient. It produces twice as much food as a field, but also takes up twice as much space as a field. We've got a new labourer, finally. Make him a builder instantly, because I have nothing else for them to do apart from chop these trees, which needs to happen anyway so the builders can do work. I'm assuming they are chopping trees. Maybe I should keep them assigned to labourers to try and get the trees to chop. Although, like, I'd assume the blacksmith, who is constantly made as many tools as I require, could possibly go and chop trees when he's not doing his job. But I imagine it is not the case that happens. Knowing this game as I do, that would be sensible, and so probably does not happen. In the meantime, we wanted more houses, so possibly it would be worth starting up this house, but I want to get the pasture done first. So increase the priority on the pasture. Just try and get the logs allocated here first. And the bridge as well. So we'll have the pasture, a stone house and the bridge, all under construction. We need you to chop more trees because, let's face it, the forest is pretty useless. It makes maybe 50 logs a year, which is not ideal. It could be better, it could be significantly better, but I just don't understand how to make the forester more efficient. Obviously I've only got 2 people assigned to it, so I guess it could be making up to 100 logs a year, but even 100 logs a year is not brilliant in terms of productivity. Pasture alone needs 60. The stone house needs another 24, and this bridge is going to need 56. So I'm looking at needing, what, 150 just for those 3 builds? Should be a year and a half of production under a fully staffed forester's lodge. The herbalist has hit his herb limit. That's impressive. I wasn't expecting that to happen, if I'm honest. That felt unlikely. Ah, another labourer. Yep, you're going to stay a labourer because we need the trees to be chopped. That is the most important thing. More important than allocating you to a builder's job. Because you need to chop the trees. But I don't think the builders do chop the trees. It doesn't seem that way. Apart from that, this is This is pretty much our life now. It's rained pretty much constantly since the start of the year. It's now late summer, and it stopped raining finally. The house. You started the house. How about you pause the house because I prioritised the pasture? And you've chosen to ignore me. So that's not ideal. Could we actually put the logs towards the pasture this time, maybe? Looks like that might be about to happen. Oh no, he's running over here to the fishing docks. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? 46 out of 60. We're almost there, he says. Almost. It's across 60 build cycles as well, which isn't ideal, but I guess we put up with it. Got a new student. That's good because we've had several people graduate, so it's good to refill the school. We do need the houses to get more kids though, otherwise we're going to run out of kids. We're going to have an interlude with no labourers. So I guess since the logs are assigned to the house, it might be worth just finishing the building it. There's only 6 logs left on the pasture. 6 logs that we have in stockpile now. Going to struggle with stones shortly, but that's fine. There we go, pasture's done. Build cycle is underway. And we can now activate the bridge because the logs aren't being used anywhere else. House is being built, pasture's being built. 2, it's assigned 4 builders and just the 1 labourer for now. Just to try and get what is in progress being built. I need that house because we need to get more kids being born. The food is only just stable, but we do need more kids, so by the time they've grown up, it'll be 3 or 4 years until they've grown up to labourer age. We should have food sorted by then. Hopefully, he says. I plan to put another gatherer's hut down, which should help matters. There we go, house is done. The 32-year-old hunter and 26-year-old teacher have moved in together. Yeah, that shows how desperate we need the houses if they're moving in at age 30 instead of age 16. I'd start this one, but I want the bridge first. Actually, the bridge is almost... Oh, it's there with the stone and not the logs. Yeah, once again, the logs are the issue. We need another herdsman. I want sheep assigned. There we go, that should cope with the herdsman. This one, I want you to split. Because there should now be 7 in each field, and then they can breed and we'll end up with 2 fields, so we should have double the mutton coming in. That's the aim. We're still waiting on logs, so I'll bring off one of the builders again, so we've got 3 labourers. There's still plenty of trees to chop down, they're just not doing it. Marketplace does encompass this little square where I'm going to put next houses. So that's something. It's late autumn. Not quite winter yet. It is. I'm assuming frost because it's not snowed, so it can't be snow. Would be my assumption, provided this game is logical. Which it kind of is. Typically. I have to connect the bridge up. And a bit on the other side. When we get over there, it should be close to being done, but 16 logs left. We should be able to manage 16 logs. Of course it's winter, so we don't need the farmers anymore, so we'll put them as labourers. Just to get more logs chopped. We need it for firewood as well. We're using so much that we're going to run out of firewood this winter, I expect. Part of the reason I've been building stone houses from the start. Just to avoid that being an issue. Firewood is less of an urgent need when you're living in a stone house than a wooden house. Reserve of food is low. No, it's not. We've got 5,000 of it. I don't think that reserve is low, per se. That's the highest it's ever been. Reserve of firewood and reserve of logs I won't argue with. They are low. How's the marketplace doing? Yeah, the marketplace now, it's got plenty going on in it. 500 fish, 496 mutton, 500 venison. I'm impressed we have that much venison. Plenty of onions, some pumpkins and wheat left over. 2 new children be born. Is one of them in this house? Yes, Charles was in here. Bridge is on its way. That means I can turn on the next house. And sell some more builders. So we're actually getting some logs in now. Yeah, the bridge shouldn't take too long to finish. It's just a couple of build cycles. The house is instantly getting its logs. It's all going well. It's midwinter. We have almost finished deforesting this area. That's some new saplings I think are planting, but that is problematic. At the same time, we've got rid of the stone and iron in this area now, so the forest lodge should be producing a bit more wood in the near future. We've managed to get 55 logs this year over last year's 49. So there is a slight improvement. Stone is low, that's to be expected. The bridge is done. So we've got the bridge for next year. We can go over to the promised lands of this mountain just in the way. I'm thinking a gatherer's hut out here might be quite useful. It's going to be a while to expand out there with buildings, so it won't be overrun like this one is going to be pretty soon if I carry on this way. Well, I'm going to start heading north soon. If I just put my 2 farmers back on their jobs. Now it feels ideal. The next house is under construction, so we can turn on production for the last one. I'd like it to be worth upgrading the old ones, but upgrading houses is a nightmare in this game. So I might not. Or maybe I will. I don't know. I'm undecided. Reserve food is low. No, it's not. We've got 4,000. Anyway, it's now early spring of year 7, so we'll wrap up here. It's gone well. We got the pasture done. Cheaper breeding. Now, obviously, we're not going to be getting as much mutton this year because we won't be killing the sheep until they refill to the 15 that we've asked for. So we'll have a year off mutton, basically. But then we should get twice as much next year. We built a couple of stone houses that have instantly filled with kids, because that's how this game works. We've got 7 students and 11 more children. We've got the bridge done, so we can get out here now. And we've almost finished deforesting this area down here, which I think is probably going to be used for farms and orchards, most likely. Looks like the most efficient use of this space. Got to get the houses around the marketplace, which means most of the houses need to go up here now. I think this might be an entire block of houses, but we'll see. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.